Ozzy? Smile at me. It makes me feel good when you're happy, Tiny, when you smile at me. Yeah. If someone's making you food, you smile. So they know that you appreciate it. And they want to make your food taste really good. There you go. Now, that little smile that you gave me, made me think, would you like some lemon? What chili would you like? More? It's spicy. You should try it first. How about I leave it here and you can do as much as you want? Careful, guys. That one's a little bit different. I look a little troll, you guys. It's up. So, the reason why I let you guys see that right now was because it's super important to remind your autistic child and prompt them in like appropriate, and pleasant etiquette. So a second ago, Ozzy was just looking at me. When I was making him his little cup of noodle. We're getting ready for school in the morning, and he wanted a soup before school. So, but he's looking at me all serious, like, give me that soup, girl. So I have to remind him, hey, smile at me. It makes me feel good when you smile at me. And so I tell him, when someone's making you food, you're supposed to smile. You're supposed to smile. And then it makes me want to make your food taste really good. So it makes me feel good, so I want to make your food really good. And I want to make sure you have every sauce that you need. And I told him, would you like some lemon? Would you like some chili? What chili would you like? It just kind of reminds him that, that he has to be emotionally aware and engaging in a nice way so that he gets nicely treated. It's supposed to be done very mildly, very smiley, very kind of mildly silly, I'll do different little voices. What chili would you like, sir? And it is kind of helps him go with it. Because if you come don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, and do this, an autistic child's going to be shut down, stop listening to you about a second ago. Try 10 seconds ago. So I thought it would be really useful. So you guys, we do this every morning. I know you guys usually see me with my little weave on. I wear wigs, by the way, because I hate combing my hair. I hate cutting my hair and I hate combing my hair. That's my autism kicking in. So this is how it goes every morning. So I wake up at 4:30. Wake up at 4:30 in the morning. I get myself up because I don't like to be grouchy when I'm getting up. I don't know if you guys are like this too if you're autistic, but I need a minute to wake up. I can jump out of bed and wake up, but for me to be engaging my children and prompting them and helping them the right way, the way I'm supposed to, I need to put my little mama head on for a second because I gotta psych myself out with my sensory issues. I have issues with lights and sounds and stuff, so I have to wake up, ease myself in, and then Ozzy will wake up. Ozzy's really good when he wakes up. He doesn't wake up demanding stuff all crazy like Izzy. But Izzy's only 2, so yeah. Ozzy does really well. I wake up this early, and I get him to the toilet. That's another thing I want to remind you guys of. If you have an autistic child, it helps if they're having potty training. If you're in the middle of potty training, even if they're starting to do very well, especially if they're starting to do very well. So yeah, I've done this before. This is why I know. my son started using the restroom about a month ago. And then in the morning, I would get him up because I was running late. I would just clean him, wash him up, and put a fresh, pull-up on him. And I didn't set him on the toilet, not in the morning. So I figured, he already went in the pull-up, so I'm just going to clean him and get him on that school bus. Wake up early, Mama Mouse, because your kid needs to sit in the toilet. Because all it takes is that little bit of the child going, feeling like, oh, I'm being changed now. I can pee back in the pull-up because she didn't clean it. Autistic kids are very observant. They don't have to do it. They're not going to do it. So you have to keep the routine the same. So even if they peed in the pull-up, you still get them on that toilet fresh, bright and early. So that's what I'm doing now. Ozzy's doing great with the toilet, by the way. Next is I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to train him for in the middle of the night, because he's asleep, of course, He's still peeing in his pull-up because he's asleep. He's not aware yet, So I think next is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start. My mom used to do this to me. That's why, because I honestly, nobody likes to share this type of stuff, especially once you're an adult already. But unfortunately, you guys, I used to have accidents when I'd be asleep when I was younger, up until 11. And I think it's because when I was asleep, I didn't feel my body, or part of my processing didn't reach it in time for me to be like, oh, get up, I've even done weird stuff. I remember that I was half asleep. A lot of autistic people, a lot of us, we sleepwalk sometimes. I don't know if you're an autistic adult and you've experienced this growing up as a child. Yeah, I used to sleepwalk all the time. And I would sleepwalk. I think I was trying to get to the restroom because I opened up my mom's oven. I opened up the oven and I sat on the door. And I peed on her oven door. Oh my gosh, she kicked my butt. Oh my god. I'm thinking by now, I'm like, that's pretty disgusting. How did they cook in there after that? It was disgusting. That's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah, so we can do some weird stuff. So I was gonna say, my mom used to do with me. And it's funny because my mom was I grew up in a very dysfunctional, very abusive household, but that's how we really did. I'm not gonna say that's what I say. That's how I felt. It actually was abuse, but there's two sides to a person, So she did have a lot of enlightening tips on top of the neglect. She was wheelchair bound, though, you guys. So she had a lot of problems. Humanized her, poor thing. She was a victim of spousal abuse too, so she had a lot of mental health issues, stuff like that. So, but I'm gonna bring to light the good things that she did and the insightful tips, So she used to wake me up, even though I know we don't like to wake up our autistic child. Okay, it's hard. Sometimes they freak out more than a neurotypical, or screaming and kicking and everything is temporary, even with autistic kids, okay? So you're just gonna have to start waking them up every 2 hours, I would say, and get them to the toilet. They'll get used to it. They're gonna put up a little fight like every other kid. Just get them to the toilet. If you want to not make it so, if the child has more intense behaviors, trust me, my son is gonna be the most difficult to do that with, because not the most, but he just he has a lot of challenges, and Izzy's too, so that one's hard. She's pooped a couple of times in the toilet and peed in the toilet, but she hasn't got it down yet. I've just been so focused on trying to get Ozzy getting it done, and he's getting it done. It's a lot for one person. I'm not an octopus, you guys. I know. I need a couple more of these bad boys. So yeah, so wake them up every couple of hours and get a portable toilet if you don't want to like move them, but they need to get in the idea of when they're half asleep, getting to the toilet, you know what I'm saying? And releasing while they're in the middle of the night. Once you get them released in the middle of the night, then they'll start to, you have to like slowly, you know, get them there. Or whatever it takes. And trust me, it's worth it. You don't want an older, you know, child bigger than you having those tantrums. You better get through it while they're still smaller, so it's not as intense. Think about it. You know, I feel like God just gave me just the right amount of like struggle. I feel like, honestly, like I just want to give a little. I want to give a little bit of you know. I want to give some credit to God, so seriously, because I don't want to toot my own horn, but I came out being pretty, you know, aware, and like I went through a lot of abuse and trauma, you guys. It was crazy, and I just so happened to like when I left home, I to meet just the right type of people that were able to help with my challenges. It just came in like naturally, like the gay boys who like helped me with confidence, the Italian Japanese family that were just like just the right amount of quiet home that I needed to be like, you know, that took me in. You know, they were all into like exercise and working. They taught me good work ethic, and I don't even know this, but an autistic person that learns good work ethic can survive. Okay, for real. It's very important to teach your autistic